when we talk about developer marketing in specific, right, it also has some kind of a sales and revenue generation
Mhm.
directly attached with it. What do you think are like the differences there in like a typical developer relations versus developer marketing in that sense?
Yeah. So differences between like traditional marketing and developer marketing, or differences between developer
Right.
relations and developer marketing? Kind of
Actually, we can go through whole three over here, like traditional marketing versus developer marketing versus normal developer relations, what we folks generally do.
Yeah, I would say in general, like for like marketing, a lot of that tends to be more like top of funnel focused in a lot of cases, and like there, there's a lot of, it is a broad field. So like some people are more focused on conversion or SEO optimization or that kind of thing, but in general, it's a lot more just top of funnel focused, because the farther you get down the funnel, you have things like sales teams and like different stuff to kind of help people through. And developer marketing, I feel like is pretty like is all like is a little bit more broad in scope, and
Mhm.
like there's some overlap, because you still have a particular like audience segment in mind, and you're approaching reaching them differently. Like developers, are using different tools than you may be using for typical marketing. So instead of doing like Facebook ad campaigns, instead you're focused on the networks where they are. So places like Twitch, places like LinkedIn, that kind of thing. And I think let's see. Let me speak to developer marketing versus developer relations a little bit, because I think some of the distinctions there are a little bit clearer. Developer marketing in general happens in a context where the having more attention from those developers will create more business for the company. So at places where they offer a developer facing tool, so they may sell something like an API based tool. Twilio is a great example, where the developers are the customers. Developer marketing, is a really important aspect of that, because you have to create that awareness, and you have to consider interactions between that developer and that company to help get them to the point where they're paying customers. And not just because you need that money, but also because there may be different support tools, like the way that they're interacting with the API is different. Maybe their feedback is more valuable. So there's a lot there. And with just developer relations, the mindset is different. You're not as necessarily like trying to drive people toward that sale. And there's like, even if you're doing developer relations at a company that has a developer facing tool, you may have a point where you hand off developers to the sales team, or feed them into different funnels or processes about the company. But your focus as developer relations is helping those developers, helping empower them, helping drive changes that benefit them internally at the company. So I think the biggest distinctions are kind of just in what your high level incentives and priorities are, and how you're doing your work. But as a whole, I would say developer relations and developer marketing are much more focused on the external customer, the developer, benefiting themselves, creating value from using whatever it is you're trying to empower them to use. Whereas marketing tends to be much more like trying to draw attention to yourself for benefit, for your own benefit.
Right, definitely. Like marketing is more on the visibility side, and this is more on the empowerment side. And if I talk about developer marketing versus developer relations, generally it's largely the same. Just the OKRs for both of them can be a bit differing depending on the company we are in. And we will
Yeah,
actually talk. Yeah, please.
Yeah, well, I would say that OKRs are different, and then kind of the knowledge that you're focused on within that is also different. So someone in developer relations may be a lot more focused on creating, technical enablement resources that are helping educate people, whereas someone in developer marketing may be more concerned with, making sure that the SEO information for all of the blog posts is in place and is set up the correct way, and just paying attention to kind of different pieces of what some of those concerns are.
Right. And actually, Juanpa in the comments wrote the exact right thing. Basically, you are the front door for developers to use the tool. So
Yes.
definitely makes sense.